Get in shape, 5 simple steps. So the 5 simple steps are exercise, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. First things first, if you really want to get in shape and change things, I feel, is to have a clear, specific goal. So let's do a little exercise together right now for yourself. A goal setting exercise. If you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body, your health, your energy, any kind of way you wanted it to be, what would that be like for you? Think about it. Get really clear and specific. Ideally, narrow it down to a specific body weight and a specific body fat percent. Right? Then once you have it, let's wrap it up into an affirmation/prayer. I am happy and grateful now that I am, state your body weight, body fat percent. So once you have your goal down, the 5 simple steps, we're going to break them down. Training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. First, let's look at training. When it comes to training, I feel like it's a great idea to have both a blend of cardiovascular exercise and strength training exercise. So imagine for a moment that we have a twin engine airplane, and one engine is cardiovascular and one engine is strength. Now, if you're flying along in your airplane, you're going to want both engines working very strong, right? So it's the same on your program. Ideally, whether you work out 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, or whatever it is you're doing, consider having a blend of both cardiovascular exercise and strength training exercise. And when it comes to building out a good training program, I feel like there are basically 5 general principles to consider: proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and consistency. Let's look at proper form. Why would proper form be so important? Think about it. Two big reasons, really, I feel. One is so that you're exercising the muscle effectively. You're getting the most use out of your time. You're being the most efficient with your time and your energy. And then 2, so that you're not going to get an injury, or you really have a much lower chance of getting an injury. Number 2 is variety. Why would variety be important? Why do you want to switch it up occasionally? Why not just do the same workout over and over again? A couple of reasons to think about it. One is so that you don't get mentally bored. I know a lot of times people don't want to do the same things all the time. You get kind of sick of it, bored of it. But 2, and even what I feel is more important, is to not hitting plateaus and getting stuck into plateaus. Where you're going along and you're making progress and you get to that level and you just can't get to that next level. I feel by adding variety into your routine, it's going to help you break through those levels and break on to the next, get to the next level. Number 3 is intensity. What comes to mind when you think about exercising with intensity? What comes to mind? Well, there's a few things to think about. Imagine for a moment that we're doing chest presses, and we're going to do 10, 11, 12, and we get that going for that last one, and we barely make it. What's the most beneficial part of that set? The first few reps or the last few reps? Be the last few, right? And why? That's where the overload occurs. That's where the breakdown occurs. So I encourage you to use intensity in your training program. Number 4 is proper training principles. There's all kind of different training principles like compound sets, supersets, circuit training, drop sets, 21s, rest pause method. There's a lot of different training principles. I encourage you to go on Google or ChatGPT and look up what are some different training principles you can incorporate into your routine, and just sprinkle them in. And last but not least is consistency, the power of consistency. Why do you feel consistency is important? Well, imagine for a moment you have you, and say if you have a twin of you, and you're going along for the same goals. You work out regularly, you're eating healthy, you're getting your rest. But then the other person starts off that way, but then misses a workout here and there, misses a meal here and there, doesn't always get a right amount of sleep. Who is going to have the best results? The most consistent person is going to have the best results. So there you have it: proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and consistency, the 5 principles that make up a good training program. Let's look at nutrition. Imagine for a moment that you want to build a beautiful 2-story house from scratch. And imagine that you only have half the materials necessary to build the house. How far are you going to get? Probably part of the way, right? Halfway. Think about the physique that you want to build and have. The foods that you eat on a daily basis are like the supplies that goes towards building that physique. So the things that we eat every day is what's building or not building your physique. So what do I recommend? I recommend to consider approximately 50% of your intake from fruits and vegetables, 25% from whole grains, and 25% from plant-based proteins like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds. When it comes to nutrition, I feel like there are basically 4 major ways that it affects our fitness and our body fat loss gains. It affects our metabolism, our energy levels, our blood sugar levels, and our insulin levels. Now imagine for a moment that we have a fireplace. And on one hand, we have a stack of oak wood, and on the other hand, we have a stack of paper. Not including, kindling and getting the fire started, but if you had to choose between the oak wood or the paper to burn in your fireplace, which one would you pick and why? Well, most of us will pick the oak wood, and why? Because it's going to burn longer, slower, more efficiently. Same things with like fruits and vegetables and whole grains and legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds. It's going to burn very efficiently like that oak wood, versus junk food and sweets and alcohol and things like that are going to burn fast and inefficiently. So lean on the efficient type foods. Now, I have a free list of resources and a free exercise app for you to consider just signing up for free if you're interested. It's the name of the app is Workouts for All. So what you do is if you go to Apple, or you go to the Apple Store Connect, or you go to the Google. If you have Android, you go to the Google Play Store. Search the term Workouts, the number 4 ALL, all together, no spaces. Look for this logo. Download, create a free account, and you have free workouts. Every week I'm adding free workouts. So there's going to be a multitude of different kinds of workouts. And then also, too, my nutrition resources will be made available to you as well on the app. And it's for free. It's to serve you, and it's called Workouts for All. So the idea is everybody can have a workout. So consider downloading it for free. Workouts. You search for Workouts, the number 4, ALL, all together, no spaces, and look for this logo. So we talked about training, nutrition. Let's look at recovery. When it comes to recovery, consider getting about 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night. approximately 2 hours of REM and 2 hours of deep. A few suggestions to do that. One is consider having your last meal about 2 hours before you go to sleep. Then also, two, have consistent go to sleep and wake up times. Excuse me. The idea is before you go to sleep, you want to have a lower heart rate. So by eating at least 2 hours before you go to sleep, your body's not metabolizing that food. So it's because when we eat, we have an increase of metabolism, increases our heart rate. So we want to, as it's time to get ready to go to sleep, we want to start to gradually lower that heart rate, get ready for sleep. So we talked about training, nutrition, recovery. Let's look at supplementation. When it comes to supplementation, I feel there are basically two basic categories of supplementation: nutritional supplementation and enhancement performance supplementation. A nutritional supplementation is like a protein shake, which I usually have a couple a day. And then enhancement performance supplement is like creatine, for example, is an example of an enhancement because it's going to enhance your workouts. So the last piece to the 5 simple steps is the mindset. Remember that your mind controls your body, not the other way around. You tell your body what to do. So that's why I want to leave you with this affirmation / prayer. You plug in your goals inside the prayer. It goes, I am happy and grateful now that I am. State your body weight. State your body fat percent. I use myself as an example. I am happy and grateful now that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat. What this does is if you put yourself in this state, oh, I'm happy and grateful right now that I am, and you state your goal. For me, it's 190 pounds at 10% body fat, which I'm currently not, but I'm working towards that. The idea is I'm feeling it. Yes, I'm grateful that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat. Right? It feels so good, and you think about it, and you're putting yourself in that state. It's a powerful state. Athletes, champions do it all the time. But then you got to back it up. You got to put the work into it. So you decide how many times you want to work out a week or whatever. But take action. When it comes time to do it, don't let your body, your weakness of body feeling, talk you out of doing the exercise. Decide how many days a week you're going to exercise. Decide your exercise plan, and then take action. Follow through and do it. You tell your body what to do, not the other way around. Now, I know sometimes it's what you know, but it's what you do that matters. And sometimes perhaps your fitness journey or your lifelong journey in relationship with fitness, maybe you've struggled with it. And I understand about struggling in certain areas. And sometimes we need to hire a coach or hire someone that's going to help us get to where we want to go because they know how to do it. They've helped others. Well, that's what I do. I have over 45,000 hours of coaching experience. I can assist you to get there. I'm offering you a complimentary consultation with me. Just reach out to me. There's going to be information to do it below. I'll have a Calendly link. You can sign up right away with an appointment, or you can text me. My number will be in the description of the video. It's 520-400-9573. If you'll text me the word FIT, F-E-I-T, I'll know you want to set up a consultation. I'll text you. We'll set it up. We'll get together. It can either be phone or Zoom. All right. With that being said, I'm going to let you go. Remember the 5 simple steps are training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Remember that health is wealth. Strive for health. Strive for health for yourself, for what it's going to do for you, for your family, for those that care about you, and for your country. I feel striving for health is very patriotic. You know, when you get out of shape and you have all the health conditions that come along with being out of shape, you put pressure on your life, you put pressure on your family's life, you put pressure on your finances, and you put pressure on the medical system. So strive for health for yourself, for your family, and for your country. Be blessed. See you on the next one. Bye for now.